Get ready. If it feels like nothing's really moving right now, take a closer look. Everything is about to come rushing in at once. Tomorrow, Mars Retrograde officially ends. The delays, the frustration, and that stagnant energy, it's all about to be released. But here's the real question. Are you truly ready for what's coming next? Many people think of it as just another planet changing direction, just another astrological shift. But what if I told you this change could completely transform everything? Your energy, your motivation, your whole direction in life. When Mars starts moving forward again, all that pent-up energy doesn't just fade away, it surges forward like a dam breaking. And if you're not prepared, it can hit you like a massive wave. Now here's something that no one's really talking about. Mars didn't just slow things down, it took something from you. If you've been feeling low energy, unmotivated, or like something's missing, there's a reason for that. Once you figure out what it is, it might change the way you approach the next few weeks. Stick with me, because I'll get to that soon. But before we dive in, there's something even bigger at play. Some of you are going to feel this shift on a much deeper level. If you're one of them, you may have already noticed it. Not everyone will experience this the same way, but some will feel it much more intensely. If you're spiritually in tune, you probably already know. Planetary shifts don't just happen on a cosmic scale. They affect you on a deep, personal level. And Mars? Mars represents drive, raw ambition, and unstoppable energy. As soon as it moves forward, that intense force will hit hardest for those who are most connected. If you've been sensing unusual energy shifts, feeling sudden bursts of energy, or even dealing with moments of dizziness, trust me, it's not a coincidence. Now, let's talk about the other group. If you've been feeling drained lately, struggling to find your motivation, and it feels like your energy's been missing for weeks or even months, this shift is going to hit you differently. The block that's been holding you back, it's finally starting to break free. When that happens, everything that's felt stuck or paused will suddenly burst into action. The waiting game is almost over. Mars Retrograde officially ends tomorrow, February 24th. A lot of people think this shift happens slowly, but that's not the case. The first 24 hours after Mars goes direct are crucial. This is the moment when the energy is raw, unfiltered, and ready for you to tap into. How you respond in this window will set the course for the next 2 months of your life. Here's the catch. Most people will hesitate. They'll wait for things to become clear, not realizing that now is the time to create that clarity. They'll overthink, even though the universe is giving them a green light. And by the time they feel ready, the opportunity will have passed. But if you take action now, if you make bold, decisive moves during this energy surge, you'll experience something different. Momentum. Things will pick up quickly, and you'll feel like the universe is giving you instant feedback. Maybe there's something you've been putting off, a decision, an opportunity, a new direction you've been unsure about. Now's the time to act. Because in these 24 hours, every action you take is amplified. It's like the universe is turning up the volume on everything you do. If you take that first step with confidence, Mars will meet you halfway with force. You'll feel it. The hesitation that's been holding you back, it won't stand a chance. The energy that's been stagnant for months will finally be set free. This isn't just another shift in the stars. This is your moment to break free. Mars doesn't just govern motivation, it controls our anger, impulses, and instincts. Now that its energy is unblocked, some people may struggle to keep it in check. Imagine a dam holding back a raging river. The moment it cracks, the water doesn't trickle out. It bursts forward with unstoppable force. That's how some people will react now. All the frustration they held in during retrograde, the conflicts they avoided, the words they kept inside, they're about to spill out all at once. And if you're not paying attention, you could find yourself caught in the chaos. Look out for people snapping over the smallest things, picking fights out of nowhere, or making reckless decisions they'll regret later. Those who bottled up their emotions are about to release them, and it won't be pretty. But here's the silver lining. You don't have to follow that same path. This energy is pure power. You can let it control you, or you can control it. If you direct it wisely, you can use this surge to push your goals forward and take action like never before. How you harness this energy will determine whether it brings chaos or momentum. And here's something most people haven't realized about this shift. There's a hidden impact that could completely change things moving forward. Remember when I said Mars didn't just slow things down, it took something from you? Well, this is when you'll finally see what was missing. If you've been feeling stuck or lacking motivation, there's a reason. Mars Retrograde didn't just put a brake on things, it took your drive, your fire, that inner confidence to move forward without overthinking. The ease of making things happen. It's been absent. If you've felt like you've been hitting a wall, unable to make progress, this is why. But here's the part. They don't tell you about retrogrades. Mars doesn't just return what it took. It upgrades it. It refines your energy, your passion, your inner fire. And when it comes back, it's stronger than before. And guess what? That shift has already started. You might not notice it at first. Maybe it's a quick decision you make without hesitation, a moment when you speak up instead of staying quiet, or a gut feeling that finally feels clear. But then it happens again and again. That hesitation you once had, it's starting to fade. The self-doubt, it's being replaced by something new, certainty. A voice inside you that no longer asks, "Should I?" but simply says, "Go." Here's the most exciting part. You're not even forcing it. It's just happening naturally, like something inside you has finally awakened. You're not just going back to who you were before Mars went retrograde. You're stepping into a version of yourself that's unstoppable. The kind of person who moves with certainty, confidence, and without fear. Once this spark is reignited, there's no turning it off. Your brain is about to experience a shift. That cycle of overthinking, the endless back and forth, the constant debate about what's right, what's wrong, whether to act or wait. It's over. Because Mars doesn't second guess. Mars just moves. And now, so will you. There's a reason everything felt so slow the past few months. You weren't just stuck. You were being forced to pause so you could understand what it feels like to be disconnected from your drive, to experience hesitation, doubt, and uncertainty. But now, that hesitation is being torn away. This isn't just about making decisions faster. It's about feeling something deeper, a gut-level certainty that you won't be able to ignore. You'll notice it, the moment when your mind wants to overthink, but doesn't. When doubt tries to sneak in, but something inside you is already moving forward. Decisions won't feel like decisions anymore. They'll feel like instincts, like something bigger than you is guiding you, and all you have to do is trust it. And here's the real surprise. You'll look back at how you used to hesitate and won't recognize that version of yourself. Because once Mars moves forward, the old version of you, the one stuck in fear, waiting for the perfect time, that version will be gone. For months, something hasn't felt quite right. Maybe you sensed it but couldn't quite put it into words, a feeling that something was off. But you kept pushing through, convincing yourself it was just a phase. Mars doesn't care about your illusions. It's about to rip the blindfold off, and when it does, it may shake you to your core. That relationship you've been putting up with? You'll finally see it for what it really is, not what you hoped it would be. That job that's been draining you? The truth will hit you hard. That habit, that belief, that situation you've kept making excuses for. No more excuses. When Mars goes direct, it's like flipping a switch. You don't just start realizing things, you feel them deep inside. And that feeling? It won't be gentle. It'll hit you like a punch to the gut, a wake-up call so loud and clear you won't be able to ignore it. This is the moment when your comfort zone starts to crumble. You have a choice: embrace the truth or stay stuck in the wreckage of denial. But here's the thing: truth isn't here to break you. It's here to set you free. The moment you accept it, the moment you stop fighting what you've known deep down, everything shifts. You'll feel clarity. You'll feel power. You'll know exactly what needs to change. Some people will resist. They'll try to cling to the old version of their life. But it won't work anymore. Once Mars shows you something, it's permanent. You can't unsee it. And once you know what needs to change, you'll face one question. Will you take action, or will you let fear keep you stuck, ignoring the truth? That will cost you way more than facing it. For weeks, everything has felt flat. No motivation, no passion, no energy. But now, the fire is coming back, and this time, it's unstoppable Mars governs fire. And when it awakens, so do you. Suddenly, everything gains momentum. What once felt stuck will begin to move quickly. Ideas that lacked energy will now demand your attention. You'll feel a restless pull inside you, urging you to take action. And it won't be just in your mind. Your body will feel it too. A burst of energy will flood through you, a strong desire to move, to push forward, to do something meaningful. And here's the wild part. You won't even have to force it. One day, you'll just wake up and something within you clicks. No more hesitation, no more self-doubt. You'll simply know what to do, and for the first time in a while, you'll actually do it. But here's where things get intense. Fire isn't just about creation. It's also about destruction. Fire is a primal force, and its role in the universe is not just to ignite and build, but also to purge, clear, and reduce things to their purest form. When fire enters your life, it doesn't ask for permission. It demands transformation. This means that if you've been holding back emotions, ignoring warning signs, or staying stuck in situations that drain you, all of that is about to come to an end. Mars, the planet of drive and action, is all about movement, energy, and pushing through obstacles. It won't let you stay comfortable, and if something in your life isn't meant to last, whether that's relationships, habits, or even outdated ways of thinking, it's going to burn away fast. It's not always an easy thing to endure, but this intensity can also be a beautiful, cleansing process. The flames of change may feel hot and overwhelming, but they are necessary to clear away the debris so that something new can grow. Whether you recognize it or not, something deep within you knows that it's time for change. Change that can only happen when the old is released, the unimportant is discarded, and what no longer serves your highest good is consumed by the flames. Some people will feel this surge of energy as pure motivation. It'll feel like the momentum they've been waiting for, finally propelling them forward into action. Others, however, might feel like their world is falling apart. They may feel a sense of loss, disillusionment, or fear as they watch things unravel around them. But in truth, both experiences are part of the same process. Whether this energy builds or tears down, it's ultimately clearing the way for you to step into your true potential. It may not always feel comfortable, but it's exactly what's needed for you to rise into the next chapter of your life. This is the beauty of Mars' influence. It doesn't just let you drift aimlessly, hoping for things to improve. Instead, it shakes you out of complacency and forces you to confront your inner truths. What are you truly capable of? What is it that you've been avoiding, putting off, or pretending doesn't matter? Mars invites you to face those things head on. This is not a time to hide in the shadows or wait for external circumstances to change. You are the one who has the power to take charge, move forward, and step into your own personal fire. How you choose to handle this energy is up to you. You can allow it to drive you forward, spurring you to take bold actions, to create something new, and to shed the layers that no longer align with your highest self. Alternatively, you can let it strip away everything that has been holding you back, whether it's fear, self-doubt, or unhealthy attachments. Either way, rest assured, you won't come out of this experience the same person you were when you entered it. The choice lies in how you use the energy. Will you rise with it, or will you let it pass by, leaving you stuck in a place of regret? Right now, the universe is offering you something rare, pure, unfiltered momentum. It's like a rocket launch, an intense surge of power pushing you into a new orbit. This kind of energy doesn't come around often. It's a gift, an opportunity for those who are ready to embrace it fully. The power of momentum is transformative. It turns hesitation into action, doubt into bold movement, and gives you the final push you need to do what you've been avoiding for far too long. It's the energy that urges you to stop waiting for the perfect moment and take the leap now. Many people end up wasting the energy they have in moments of inspiration. They'll hesitate, second-guess themselves, or feel the urge to take action, but get stuck in overthinking. That moment of brilliance starts to fade, and they let the opportunity slip away, only to wonder later, what if? The key to using this energy is to act before it fades. If you don't, the energy won't just stay put, waiting for you to find your courage. It will start working against you. What happens when you don't act on the energy? That spark you felt, meant to drive you forward, turns into frustration. It starts to feel like you're stuck in the same place, moving in circles with no real progress. The push you had, ready to propel you ahead, morphs into restlessness. You start feeling like there's something missing, like you're not fully alive, even though you have all this energy inside you. That confidence you briefly experienced, it turns into regret as you look back at all the opportunities you could have seized but didn't. And here's what most people don't talk about. When you don't act, you're not in a neutral space. Things don't stay the same, even if you choose to stay still. The energy doesn't vanish. It turns inward. It starts to consume you in a way that feels like a slow burn. This is when self-doubt creeps in, accompanied by frustration, anger, and regret. When you hesitate, you give space to those feelings. You give them power. And the longer you stay in this indecision, the harder it becomes to break free from the weight of your own inaction. Have you ever noticed that those who hesitate to chase their dreams often seem the most bitter? Deep down, they know they missed their moment. They carry that heaviness with them, even if they don't admit it to themselves or others. That regret is like an invisible burden, and whether it's conscious or not, it eats away at them. It creates resentment, not just toward others, but toward themselves for not having taken action when the energy was there. But you don't have to be one of those people. You don't have to let that energy go to waste, only to look back in a few years and wonder what could have been. The ones who truly align with their path aren't waiting for the perfect moment to appear. They trust the energy they feel in the moment and move with it. They are willing to risk, to make mistakes, to grow, and to change. They trust that every step, no matter how small, takes them closer to the life they are meant to live. Right now, Mars is offering you that chance. It's offering you the kind of fire that, when used wisely, can propel you to the next level of your evolution. Don't wait for external validation or the perfect set of circumstances. Trust the energy. Trust the momentum that's pushing you forward. This is the time to act, to step into the fire, and to let it transform you into the person you were always meant to be. Remember, fire doesn't discriminate. It burns away what's unnecessary, and it can either destroy you or ignite your greatest potential. The choice is yours. How will you use the energy of this moment? Will you let it push you to grow, evolve, and become your highest self? Or will you let it slip through your fingers, only to look back later with regret? The decision is in your hands. Don't waste this rare opportunity for transformation. Step into your power now. Don't let hesitation stop you. Thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed this content and want more, consider subscribing. Your support means a lot. Feel free to share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Until next time, take care, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights.